What do you make of the double standard? Some people even get Pulitzers over such phony coverage.
Well, they did get Pulitzers, and it turned out to be they got Pulitzers for absolutely incorrect and opposite reporting. It was horrible reporting. And there are many people that should have gotten Pulitzers where they had it right, but they were not considered, and it's a disgrace. But literally from the day of that wonderful ride down the escalator, from that moment on, investigation after investigation, and the people that were guilty, they just float right through how it wasn't done. DOJ didn't do anything about it. And yet this administration feels the exact opposite. If people don't do anything wrong, they want to go after them. Big difference. You have tens of thousands of people, and they were put there by Obama. They were put there by everybody. They were put there by a lot of people that came, including Clinton. But they were also put there by Bush. And, you see what goes on with that whole group. So you have a lot of people put in there by Bush and Clinton. You put there by Obama, and then you put some in yourself, and you can't do anything about it, I guess. I don't know. But I think that they were very, very soft, and maybe rightfully so, but they were very, very soft, and probably they wanted to be very fair. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. It's a shame. There was such guilt and such a horrible thing happened. They were spying on my campaign. You know, if you think about it, all the way back, almost at the beginning, when I made a statement that my campaign was spied on, it was one of the biggest moments. It was nobody could believe it. Then it turned out that it was more than spied on, much worse than being spied on. But they didn't do anything about it. And to me, that's a terrible thing for our country. I mean, think of it. We pay for their protection, and they, excuse the word, they screw us on trade. That's the only word that's really descriptive enough, because they are in many ways worse than China or as bad as China on trade. How many Chevrolets are being sold in Berlin? Not too many. How many Chevrolets are being sold in Paris? Not too many, maybe none. And yet we sell their products, their wines and their cars and their Mercedes and their BMWs and everything else. We sell it all over our country. And all of that was stopping. We were ready to go. And then we got hit by the pandemic. And nobody did as good a job with the pandemic as we did. And that's why we're leading the world in terms of coming back. And that was all set long before Biden came in, including the fact that we came up with vaccines in less than 9 months. And when I saw that statement, I was surprised, because I guess you hear different numbers, but it's $183,000 a month for his son to consult on energy from an energy company in Ukraine, to consult on energy, but he admits that he knows nothing about energy. The whole thing is just terrible. The money from Russia, $3.5 million from the wife of the mayor of Moscow, the former mayor of Moscow. We no longer have a fair and free press, whether you like it or not. And I hate to say it to you, because you're a big believer in the press, despite what you go through. But we no longer have a free and fair press. Well, he said that the military told him, and the generals, that, which was, I can't believe that, but maybe, but they shouldn't be working as generals any longer, that, and whether by accident or not, and I would hope that it was accident. I hope that it was through incompetence or an accident. But when you look, whether it was by an accident, whether it was whatever it is, you look at these countries, they'll never, ever be the same.
Do you think he's up to the job physically, mentally? Have you noticed the same thing I see?
Well, maybe the only time I've ever disagreed with you is about the age, because I guess Joe is going on to be 79 fairly soon. And that's not old, relatively speaking. I know Bernie Marcus, a great gentleman, founder of Home Depot.
Bernie Sanders
92,
is older.
He's 100%. I spoke to him. He's 100%. And other people are in their 90s and 80s, and they're doing great. So, his age is not the problem. And look, I hope he has no problems. I want him to do well. I want him to go out and do well.